Hey guys, today's episode is going to be installing Hella Supertone horns. Stay tuned, let's get started. Hey guys, Mike from Bound for Freedom here today, back in the garage working on the Lexus. Now, what I've got going on here is the Hella Supertones. We're going to be installing these on the Lexus because I'm missing a horn. When I actually was installing my winch, I broke one of the horn connectors. Instead of replacing the connector, which I could have done, it simply upgraded to the Hella horn set. Comes with everything you need. We're going to be doing a couple small different things on the install, and I'll explain that as we get through it. But overall, should be fairly simple. Should bolt on to, depending on where I decide to mount these. We're going to be adding a ground strap. The factory horns are internally grounded. These ones are not, so you do have to add a ground strap, which is super easy. Requires just a couple extra, a little bit of wire and some connectors. Overall, these horns are going to be much louder than the factory horns. They're going to look amazing, and I'm going to have two instead of just 1 hertz of horn. So right now I think I have just the 300 megahertz horns, or horn I should say, and these are going to be 300 and 500. So I'll actually have full tonal range of the horns. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to install these on your Lexus or Toyota or any other car that needs a horn. Stay tuned. Alrighty, as you guys see here, this is what actually broke. So that actually just goes right underneath there, and yeah, so that doesn't work anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this one, and we're gonna actually install both the horns almost in the factory location. So we're gonna reuse this location. This bracket is actually what we're gonna be reusing. I'm gonna grab a longer bolt and some washers, like this. And I am going to go ahead and adapt the second horn to right here. And just the reason for that is we have this little lip here, so we just need to clear that. So let's go ahead and remove these factory horns. First up, we're gonna go ahead and use a 12mm socket to go ahead and remove the factory horns. That was easy. And you can re-put that back there. We don't need that anymore. Let's go ahead and remove this one. Now this one, I'm just gonna put that bolt here. And this bracket we wanna actually reuse, so we're gonna keep this on there and take that. Don't need that anymore. And we're gonna go ahead and grab some tools. And we're gonna clip that wire back. Don't need that anymore. I'm gonna clean all this up, I promise. So let's go ahead and cut this wire back. We just want to expose a little extra wire. That way we have a good crimp on our connectors. Now what I should have done is shown you how loud these are before and after. I just thought of that and I've already messed this all up. So it is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and grab our horns, and they're going to install just that easy. Now, we're going to relocate this one just right over here, but first we need to go ahead and figure out the polarity. So one of these is positive, one of these is negative. I actually don't know which one is which, and I don't see any indications that there is a positive or negative on the actual horn itself. So we need to go ahead and grab some jumper wire and hook it up to the battery, and we'll be able to see. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and fit it through the hole. And that will give us our connection. So let's go ahead and give this a test. Now this will be super loud. Yeah. So we know on this particular horn that positive is 20, 07 is negative. So on this side, so this is our breather. So this is going to be positive. That side there is going to be negative. God, that was loud. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and work on making this connection. I'll probably just actually leave this here. So like I said, we need to add a ground. So we're gonna go ahead and do that at this time. And our positive. So let's go ahead and strip some wire. Now this wire is relatively thin. So thankfully these connectors that I have they're a little smaller of a hole. Alrighty. And let's go ahead and plug this in. Now this bracket, yeah, that just happened. Oh, it's on the skid plate. Where'd you go? Ugh. I've now lost this bracket. Yeah. Alrighty. So I found an extra bolt. Always have extra bolts. Helps if you have done a lot of work in the past, because you're gonna have extra bolts. And of course, the gardeners showing up. Hopefully that's not too loud. We're gonna go ahead and strip this one back. Grab the connector and go ahead and twist this around. And again, we're gonna go ahead and fold this over. If you get the right size connectors, you don't have to do that. But in my line of work, I never have the right stuff. Let's see here. Quick tug. Yeah, they ain't gonna come off. Alrighty, so now I need to go find another connector. Hopefully I have one. And we're gonna go ahead and cut this wire in half. Expose a little bit of wire on both sides, because they are going to join together, because we just need one ground surface. So we're basically gonna go ahead and this will go to the back of the horn, and then we're gonna go ahead and run this elsewhere, and that'll be our ground point, or I can actually go off of here. Yeah, we'll see. Probably go off of here, because that'd just be simpler. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this. So let me go find another connector and we'll get this started. So we're gonna go ahead and do now. We've already installed a connector on our positive side for our second horn. We went ahead and cut our ground wire here just a little on the short side, just because we are going to merge it with this wire here. So let's go ahead and twist these together. And we're just basically gonna bridge them together, because we just need one ground source. Thankfully I had an extra connector. And then coming off. Alrighty. And then we're gonna strip a little wire back and install our ground eyelet. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a slight bend in that. Easy. So we're going to grab our bolts and washers. Simply go in there. And same type of thing. So the power is going to be, in this case, on the top. And ground on the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and put a couple washers in. Now, if you actually wanted to use the factory, you could probably order two of the, or another spare factory if you want it to look a lot better. I don't care that much. You may care more. You let me know in the comments what you would do. Some people are probably like, yeah, I'd probably actually use all the same washers to start with. That's a 12. All right. Voila. That's all you need in order to go ahead and install these horns. Now, not the biggest fan of this. I may relocate that somewhere else. I don't know where. It could be better. But for now, for all intents and purposes, you can decide where you just put this ground. That's completely up to you. Rarely will you see it, but who knows? Let's go ahead and make sure it works. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that works. Let's go ahead and pull you guys off the tripod here. So yeah, super easy, really loud. Happy to have 2 working horns, as you guys heard. Install was really easy. And let's go ahead and just drop some of this stuff off right here. We're gonna close the hood so you guys can see. And that should close. Did I get everything? I did. Boom. Can't really even see them. They're just kind of hiding back there. And yeah. Overall, super happy with how this install came out. Tell me what you thought. I think as far as the loudness of the horns, I think it's almost perfect. Cleanness, honestly, I wish I wouldn't have lost that connector. I might still dig for it and see if I can find it. Honestly, ordering a second connector so that way it all looks factory to clear that little lip on the core support would probably be ideal, but it's not needed, as you saw. And you can probably pick a different spot for the ground. But for this install, that's all you really need to do. Power, ground, reuse your factory wiring. You just need to adapt it to work. So if you guys like this video, hit that like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed what we've done here. I hope to see you've done it too, because it is a great little option. It's definitely a lot louder. It's a lot sharper, which is really nice because it's definitely going to get more people's attention, in my opinion. But overall, I'm really happy with it. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, so after I was all done, I was like, you know what? I gotta find this damn little piece that fell down in the engine bay. I think it just looks so much better if I found it. And sure enough, I did. It fell further forward than I originally thought. I thought it fell on the skid plate, but actually it fell in front of the winch. So easy found. Let me show you guys. Turn you guys around. All right. So there it is. Found the actual connector. You could probably get one of these if you don't want to use washers. But I mean, I actually moved all the washers from here to there. But yeah, overall, I think it went great. Love the way it looks. And yeah, that's a wrap. Nice and easy. Just wanted a quick update before I press send on this video. And it's all done, and it looks a lot better with the factory connectors in there. I still don't like this bit there, but I mean, for now, it's fine.